Hi, welcome to my channel, Emmy Reacts, where I'm watching TV shows and movies for the first time. Today I'm continuing my Breaking Bad journey with Breaking Bad Season 4, Episode 8, titled Hermanos, which I believe means brothers. Who do we have left that are brothers? I mean, Walt and Hank are brother-in-laws. Anyway, coming off of last episode where kind of exciting / nerve-wracking revelation that Hank is on to Gus, or he figured out that Gus is involved or might be involved with the blue meth of it all with the lab, thanks to Gail's notebook and the scribbling on the chicken restaurant napkin led him to kind of going down a rabbit hole and figuring out that maybe Gus is the mastermind of it all, which is so smart because Hank's so good at his job. Even when he's not at 100% or whatever, he put all those things together, even the whole that it's smart of him, or maybe he's one of those people who just hides in plain sight, which is literally what Gus said that he does to Walt, and what Walt kind of does too. So I feel like we're getting close to it all unraveling and it all being figured out, which is crazy. So super interested to see where we go with that now that he brought that information to the rest of the DEA, and they have all that information on him. So very interested to see how that is going to go. Speaking of Gus, he also had a very interesting cryptic meeting with the Mexican cartel people, or just person, I guess, about all the fighting that's been going between them since he kind of killed a lot of their main people last season. And it ended kind of in a way that we don't really know what's happening next, just what we want. We're not going to have peace until we get that. I don't know what they want. Is it the blue meth? Is it Walt? Do they want Walt because he's the one who makes the blue meth? Or do they want them to stop making the meth because that's their territory? I don't know. Very interested to see what that whole meeting was about. Walt and Jesse have this ricin plan to try to kill Gus too, because they're still afraid of Gus's retaliation against them to kill them, which makes sense. Skylar's doing the car wash thing. She's not really, or was surprised at how much money Walt's actually bringing in, and so she's a little about how to launder it all and how to do that, so I'll be interested to see how that continues to play out as well. But that's all I got for now. Very excited to see how things continue to play out in the second half of this season. So let's just dive into episode 8.
Are we done? This attack on my brother-in-law, I don't know.
This is a flashback.
I am told the assassin that survived is gravely injured. It's doubtful he'll live.
Oh, is that part of why they're retaliating against him? Is because of
Thank you.
The cousins?
You again. You're quite welcome, Mr. White.
Being killed? That would make sense also.
Time of death, 2043.
But clearly they're reminding of this for a reason.
One of the suspected gunmen died at the scene. The second succumbed to his wounds earlier this evening at a
Okay, so it does have to do with that.
with APD homicide detectives are working with Mexican law enforcement.
With this guy, the ding ding. Oh yeah, I mean they were his whatever. Oh.
Your nephews grew impatient. They continued to press me for my permission to kill Walter White. When I wouldn't give it, they settled instead for DEA Agent Schrader.
He was too
But a
good
phone
for
call was
them.
placed.
Oh, he's gonna tell him that part.
Agent Schrader, moments before the attack.
Why is he telling him that
Marco
part?
was shot in the face and died instantly.
Oh.
The warning call to the DEA agent, Juan Bolsa, may have some insight into who placed it. But yesterday, the federales raided his hacienda, and in the confusion, Juan was shot dead. An accident, perhaps,
Why would he think that
but we may never know.
that person would
At
have
any
called
rate,
or
I thought you should hear it from me.
would know? Oh, angry.
This
Understandably.
is what comes of blood for blood, Hector.
What was that blood in the water? Okay, I was trying to piece it all together. There was blood in the water. What water was that? What the one thing we want? Do they want Gus dead then? Did the cartel people also want Gus dead? They could have done it right there. Do they still want Walt dead now? Oh, join the club. A lot of people seem to.
So is this the loud one?
No, this is the PET CT scan. Computed X-ray tomography. Quiet, no magnets.
I don't think he needed the official part.
I'm still pretty new at this. Walk into a doctor's office and suddenly, I mean, life as I know it will never.
Excuse me.
Well, that was
Yes,
insensitive.
I'm waiting to hear a progress report on that thing we discussed. So call me.
To Jesse about the race.
Anyway, so for me, that's been the biggest wake-up call. Letting go, giving up control.
That is such bullshit.
Excuse me?
Never give up control. Live life on your own terms.
But cancer's cancer, so.
To hell with your cancer. Right from the start, it's a death sentence. That's what they keep telling me. Every life comes with a death sentence. One of these times,
It's gonna,
hell, maybe even today,
yeah, be back.
I'm gonna hear some bad news.
Yeah, he's a little bit jaded about the
then.
whole thing.
Who's in charge? Me. That's how I live my life.
I mean, that's kind of good advice, actually. Kind of an intense delivery on it, but it was good advice. Oh my gosh, he just there and watches it all.
Pollos Hermanos, or something delicious is always
Oh,
cooking.
that's right. That's the name of the place.
Yes, detective.
Oh, yes, detective. Is Hank talking to him? Forgot that the name of the restaurant was Pollos Hermanos. Maybe that's where the title comes from. Yeah-oh. It's a pretty good composite sketch.
Agent Schrader and I got a chance to catch up at one of my restaurants a few days ago.
I eat there every day, but I wouldn't fit through the door.
Well, should we get started?
So curious what this conversation's gonna be.
You have the right to have an attorney present also.
Can't see how that would be necessary. But then again, I have no idea why I'm here. Very anxious to find out what this is all about.
Plays the part really well. He
Sir,
has
your
been for
fingerprints were found at a crime scene.
years.
Really? That's surprising.
A drug-related homicide.
He's watching him.
Gail Bedeker's apartment.
Oh, he already has a story. How's he gonna say
15 years ago, I established a chemistry scholarship at UNM. I named it after Maximino Arciniega, a dear friend of mine who died too young. Gail was a recipient of this scholarship.
Was he actually? Is that how he knew him?
And you kept in regular contact with him over all this time?
Oh, no, I hadn't seen Gail for years, till I ran into him a few weeks ago. Ran into isn't quite accurate, as I assume he came by to reestablish contact with me. He invited me to dinner the following night, and I accepted. It was perhaps a week later when I read about him in the paper. Drug-related, you said?
It's a good possibility.
I don't know. He didn't buy it.
Remakes your acquaintance and invites you to dinner?
No, he wanted money. He was a very, very talented chemist. But for reasons I never understood, he was more interested in taking shortcuts than what would or could have been a very promising career. At any rate, I declined his business offer. And after what was a very pleasant meal, left.
Can you tell us where you were on the night of Wednesday the 23rd at around 8 p.m.?
I was at a fundraiser at Presbyterian Hospital. I was there from 7 to about 10.
But ordered the hit on Walt that same night.
Anyone else?
Sorry, yeah, just one other thing.
It's gonna be the kill.
Is Gustavo Fring your real name? I know you're a Chilean national, but there are no records of you ever living there. I mean, records show that you immigrated to Mexico in 1986, and then a couple years later you were granted an entry visa to the United States. But there's no record of Gustavo Fring ever having existed in Chile, which I find, I don't know.
You would think that
Strange.
Gus would have covered his tracks.
Oh, really, it isn't. General Pinochet's government was guilty of a great many sins. It was also notoriously unreliable at keeping records.
Okay, I think that's it, Gus. Thank you.
I hope that I was of some small help.
You were, absolutely. Thank you.
Is he gonna go and make it so they'll find a record? You would, like I said, you would think he would have covered all of his tracks like that, and there would be records if he's claiming to be from somewhere just in case something like this happened, or like where his business is. Seems like an interesting slip up. If he's claiming to be a Chilean resident or national, was or whatever Hank said, that there wasn't a record of him there. But he looked scared just then.
Buy him? And before 86, this guy's a ghost.
The State Department wasn't satisfied with his records. They want to naturalize him.
But he emigrated.
Well, I'll admit to a certain degree of bias. This man has been a long-time friend of DEA.
Yeah, that was smart
that
of
being
him.
said, I thought his story was credible.
Well, I agree. I think it was a good story. Still, why are we hearing it now?
What do you mean?
Well, like you said, this man's a big law enforcement booster. He's someone he just had dinner with, someone he thought a lot of, was murdered. He reads this and he doesn't make a phone call.
We can't predicate a criminal investigation on a person not making phone calls.
That's true, but it's interesting.
But my overall impression, I believed him.
Oh, he's too good. Not too good for Hank, though. Oh, my buddy.
Nice touch. Bird bath.
Why is he talking to her? Oh, look at their nice house.
So,
$1,200 a month. I did a lot of research, and for this neighborhood, that's a pretty good deal.
Speaking of which,
Oh, is Jesse like
for the week. Plus, there's a little extra in there for any move-related
continually paying her?
So, you'll thank Jesse again from both
see,
of
okay.
us.
You got it.
So how's he doing?
Jesse?
That's a loaded question. Oh, he was in the car outside?
And Brock, how's he doing?
Oh, Jesse, don't break my
Hey,
heart.
look, I don't mind dropping checks off every week like Ed McMahon. But if you really want to know how they're doing, why don't you go see for yourself?
Yeah. Why doesn't he, like, reach out? Is he worried about it?
I'll catch you later.
Oh, is he going to talk to her? So much extra money. Man, I wish I had vacuum-sealed bags of money. Oh, that looks pretty heavy there. Oh, funny. What are they gonna do with all the money?
Hey, Dad, whatever happened with your scan? Did you get the results back?
I did, and I'm still in remission. You're all gonna have to be stuck with me for a while longer.
Something else doesn't happen to him.
The other day, he had a big powwow with all the DEA muckety-mucks.
What was that about?
It's dead end.
Apparently, it's all very hush-hush.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Walt, you do me a favor? He's working tomorrow, and there's this gem and mineral show that's opening at the fairgrounds. I was wondering if you could maybe give me a lift.
Yeah, sure.
Is it actually that?
Turn right here. Okay, but
No, they're investigating.
rose, almost salmon hue, you know?
Hey, Walt, there's no rock show, okay?
He said rock show. Is he already moving on from the mineral stuff?
Hank, where are we going? You hungry?
Pollos Hermanos? Yep.
We're not here for the chicken.
They're on a stakeout.
You ready for your mind to be blown?
Sure.
Yep.
Gustavo Fring. Remember him? You met him.
Yeah, the fun run guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. What about him?
Walt's a good actor, too.
The man's a drug dealer. Methamphetamine. I mean, honest to God, I really believe that this guy is maybe one of the biggest movers in the Southwest. Remember Gail Bedecker? He didn't strike you as being the boss man type.
I'm, like, nervous.
Probably there was a much bigger
I'm-
guy out there, right?
Hank, that was just speculation.
Didn't matter. It made me keep at it. And guess what I find? Chicken Man's fingerprints at Bedecker's murder scene. So we bring him in.
You think that Gustavo Fring
I mean, that could get a
killed Gail Bedecker?
kind of
probably not.
solve his problem.
You know, like a dunce to pull the trigger, right? But his fingerprints being there was enough for us to bring him in.
What did you ask him? What did he say?
Walt, will you let me finish my story here?
You're getting
Sorry, I'm just interested.
All right, well, anyway, so we
nervous,
bring him in,
more
and
like
he
it.
proceeds to kick our asses, okay? He's got an explanation for the fingerprints. I mean, he's got reasons for everything.
So he's not guilty?
Yeah, as far as DEA and APD are concerned, he's not.
Not as far as
Officially,
Hank.
Fring's- Something deep down says he's my guy. Just gotta prove it.
Hank, why are you telling me this?
See that Volvo station wagon over there?
What do you want him to do? Put like
What
a
I
tag
want
on
you to
it?
do, stick this on it.
Is it a tracker?
GPS tracker.
Uh-huh.
It's a magnet. And see where he goes.
It's gonna lead him to the laundromat.
289 from Sky Mall. Unfortunately, it's not live view, so we got to come back later and take it off and stick it in the computer. Still, we.
Oh. Is that Mike?
Okay.
Oh no!
Now, when you bend down to tie your shoe, you stick this up into the wheel well. Then you go inside and.
Hank, I don't feel good about this at all.
Look, Walt, I know that this kind of thing is outside your comfort zone.
No, I mean, this is a mistake.
Oh no, this is awkward.
I mean, this is really important. I mean, Jesus, just you make me beg you? Come on, just stick it in there.
Is this so uncomfortable with Mike watching? Yeah. You can always come back later and take it off.
Just act normal.
Jesus, Mike, look at right there. Or put it on the car next to it instead.
May I help you?
He hasn't come to face to face with him.
Sir, may I help you?
He's gonna
I
get
didn't do it. See, I didn't do it.
Do it. Do it.
and it'll lead him.
May I help you with your order?
Lead him off. They'll lead him somewhere else.
What the hell is?
Just made sure it was secure.
Are they bugging Walt's car? How did they know what he was doing?
I swear to God, I thought I was driving the man to a gem and mineral show.
Oh boy.
He's investigating you. You and I, we've had our differences, but I would never.
Okay, Walt.
My brother-in-law, evidence-wise, has nothing. He's
What a
operating on pure conjecture.
stressful position to be put in.
One person that he. But if something were to happen to Hank, then that would only draw their attention to you, and therefore,
oh yeah,
I will make sure that he discovers nothing.
Gus is already kind of taking care of that.
Jesse! What?
Oh, hey, don't wait to be, like, invited.
Look at his fancy shirt.
So where do we stand?
Has sequins.
I assume you haven't done it. Hey, look, our timetable has
What if they
advanced.
bugged Jesse's
You
house?
have got to make this meeting happen this week. My DEA agent brother-in-law, he's on to Gus.
What if this is like math or algebra? You add a plus douchebag to a minus douchebag, and you get like 0 douchebags.
Evens it out.
I've got some math for you.
Okay.
Hank catching Gus equals Hank catching us.
Yeah.
Hank he's relentless, all right? He won't quit.
Think a dude like Gus would let your boy anywhere near him? He'll break out his box cutter on his sorry gimp ass.
So you haven't even seen him since that time at the diner?
Well, that's not true. Oh, Jesse's not telling him everything.
You need to tell Mike that you are worried about Hank's investigation, okay? Hank already knows who you are, by the way.
Obviously.
Besides, you actually did kill Gail, so there's that. This is all good fodder.
Let's not
for you to
say those
request
words
to
out
sit
loud.
down with Gus so you can discuss what you would say in case Hank brings you in for questioning, okay? Now you just...
He's just gonna tell me to shut my mouth if I get busted. He ain't gonna set up no meeting.
Well, then insist on it, damn it! Gus's ass is on the line. And trust me, he will meet with you if he thinks that you're a liability.
No, he will waste me if he thinks I'm a liability. Whatever, man.
Jesse does not have the same amount of urgency that Walt does. What was that? Oh, sounded like a computer. Meeting is off. Something came up. Boss is busy.
I think you got a phone call. Anything important?
So is this Walt realizing that Jesse's not telling him all the truth now?
Neither the DEA nor the APD considers you a person of interest.
Schrader's looking into you totally on his lonesome. Just him, his credit card, and his chauffeur Walter.
His chauffeur
From what I
Walter.
hear,
No warrant for the tracking device on my car.
No, guy's gone totally maverick.
What about Chile?
If I can't find any trace of you before 89, I seriously doubt Schrader can.
Seems to me the bigger problem's the cartel.
Oh, does he not want to be traced back?
That's all we've got on our plate.
That makes sense.
But dealing with both Schrader and the Mexicans at the same time, if he happens to be watching when they make a move, it could be the perfect storm.
Oh.
I'll be in touch.
What kind of move are they gonna make? Oh, so you're just gonna remove it every time he drives? Oh, or when he goes to specific places like this.
Hello, Hector. The cartel has given me its ultimatum.
Which is?
To which I've said no.
Well, I wanna know what it is.
DEA agent Schrader, he's a concern. He's looking into my past.
This is where the bloody water came in at the beginning of the episode? Oh, or is this the Chilean past that he didn't want?
Is today the day, Hector?
Revealed.
Gustavo, siéntate, me está poniendo nervioso.
Look at him! All young-ish.
Es un buen plan. Confía en ti mismo. Todo va a salir bien.
Oh, so they worked together in the past. Or maybe is that how he got started? Ew! Oh, gross! That is deeply upsetting.
¿Estás loco?
Yes.
El jefe te va a cortar los huevos.
He should. That's really gross. I mean, I know people pee in pools, but to see it like that, it was already gross to think about people doing it when they're in it. That was really distracting because I hated it.
Así que, los pollos hermanos. Me gusta su restaurante.
Por fin, los grandes chefs, que es el más sabroso en todo México.
So was that the guy that he killed before? Or had killed?
Max es el chef. Todos los halagos son para él.
Siéntense, por favor.
So the
Entonces,
chicken restaurant was started before he got into the business, not as a cover for his business.
Tu socio es el chef. ¿Quién eres tú?
Yo me encargo de las operaciones del negocio.
Gustavo es un hombre de negocio brillante.
Es el businessman. Qué bien, qué bien. Además de eso, ¿qué tienen en el menú?
Bueno, tenemos varios acompañamientos de arroz, frijoles.
¿Nada más? Vamos, sean honestos.
Oh.
¿No hay nada más que ofrecen?
I see,
Un
okay.
plato, un bocadillo, algo por el lado a lo mejor.
So they were doing that already, maybe.
A mis hombres, a su restaurante, ellos regresan no solamente con el pollo, sino regresan endrogados.
Okay, never mind then.
Ustedes están vendiendo narcóticos, metanfetamina.
He's been doing this a long time.
Las muestras para que se las tiraran a usted, don Eladio, para presentarle productos.
No encontramos otra manera de llamarle la atención. Es que queremos trabajar con usted, don Eladio.
Eso es la cocaína para los pobres. Más bien los bikers y los hillbillies juegan con eso. Y ahí no hay plata.
Si me permite,
Only
el
you
sonido
knew.
químico es cristalizada, como vidrio. Es más pura. La molécula es diferente. Su misma estructura es diferente.
Este producto es la droga del futuro.
So he was the original chemist, this guy.
No, continúa.
It's crazy that this is like
En este
probably
momento,
how it actually goes
usted
down.
negocia exclusivamente con cocaína. Pero la planta de la coca no crece en México.
Esta nueva metanfetamina cristalizada, más adictiva, más potente que la cocaína.
Yeah, I don't
Lo
like
cual
that part of
significa
it.
que se moverá en grandes cantidades. Pero lo más importante es que es totalmente artificial. Le podemos mostrar cómo fabricarla aquí mismo en México.
Y usted se queda con todas las ganancias.
A mis hombres sí le gusta su producto, es verdad. Héctor, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo no le ofreces a los invitados?
So they are guests.
Ándale,
See,
pues.
Hector? Gus's little smirk. Why am I rooting for Gus right now?
Don Eladio, si Gustavo, él pagó por mi educación.
¿Ah, sí?
Por la mínima inversión de capital, podemos montar un laboratorio para usted y
Ew.
entrenar a su gente.
Planning this from the beginning.
Yo quiero que me digas una cosa. Si tú eres el cocinero, ¿para qué lo necesito a él? ¿Por qué tengo que hacer negocio con un hombre que me falta respeto, tratando de negocios bajo mis narices, sin pedirme permiso a mí? ¿Para qué te quiero?
It's actually good business.
Don Eladio, por favor, yo no vendí nada.
It's just
Le pido
mad.
disculpas si no ofendí con mi método de conseguir esta reunión. Yo simplemente tomé la iniciativa.
How scared he is.
Yo conozco a Gustavo como si fuera un hermano. Para mí, este hombre es la persona más...
Interesting seeing Gus as the one afraid.
Don Eladio, Gustavo es un genio y le hará millones de dólares. Solamente deje que su corazón lo perdone por este pequeño error. Por favor.
Why do I feel like that guy's about to die?
Sí, yo lo necesito. Él es mi compañero. Por favor, se lo...
Why do they do that? Were they about to kill him too? Well, obviously I know they don't because he's alive still. Why are they doing this? Oh, that's where the bloody water came.
Ahora, éralo. La única razón por la cual tú estás vivo y él no es porque yo sé quién eres tú. Pero entiéndeme bien, ya no estás en Chile.
Huh? Because I know who you are?
Mi consejo, quédate con los pollos.
Because he has like connections. Oh, the blood dripping from his head into the pool. Why did he kill that guy? Well, I can see where Gus learned how to be ruthless from. Oh, the dripping blood.
Look at me, Hector.
Well, they have such an intense past.
Look at me. Maybe next time.
Ooh. Do the cartel people want him? Do they want Hector? Yikes! Well, Gus lives to see another day. Both, like, literally and in terms of, like, being caught by Hank and everything like that. That was really interesting seeing that back story about Gus. And it's kind of helping understand a few things about the cartel and how things came to be and, like, the tension between them and everything like that. And who Gus is and how he came to be and his tactics and things like that. Interesting. I, too, like Walt, am worried about Hank's safety and all this. Although it seems like Mike and Gus and all them are doing a good job covering everyone's tracks. But yikes! That was such an intense ending. I don't remember anything else that happened in this episode. Besides Walt just, like, panicking the entire time. And Hank is still doing his Hank thing. Being the only one following the investigation and picking up on clues, and everyone's just ready to be like, nope. I feel like I'm just like, it's right there what the whole Mexican cartel wants them to do, now knowing the backstory and of Gus and Hector and like all that thing, but like I'm just like, it's not just like clicking for me yet, and obviously it'll, as things continue to play out, it'll make sense, but I'm so curious to know who or what will get to Gus first. Will it be Walt and Jesse and their ricin? Will it be Hank and his DEA investigation? Will it be whatever's going on with the Mexican cartel people? Will it be something else? I feel like that's what this is leading to for sure. And of course it makes sense that Walt is panicking about it because he knows that Hank will like stop at nothing to finish this investigation and to really find out the truth. So I understand why he's panicking. But ooh, okay, good episode. Things are heating up. Very excited to see what happens next. So on to episode 9, and as always, thanks so much for watching with me. Bye.